Okay, hello everybody. Hello friends, how are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. Let's talk about UFC Fight Night Brunson versus Holland that just completed about 5 minutes ago. Um, Overall, a decent card. I want to say there's quite a few finishes, not a ton, but quite a few. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so 6 out of 10. So it's more than half. So that's good. Yeah, overall decent card. I mean, I wasn't expecting a lot. There was definitely a couple names I was keeping tabs on, yeah, good fight night card. Definitely kept me entertained. So let's dive on in, shall we? Let's talk about that main event. Derek Brunson defeats Kevin Holland after a 5-round main event unanimous decision. What are my takeaways here? Number one, Derek Brunson fought a veteran fight. Number two, because he fought that veteran fight, it shows that Kevin Holland obviously has very big holes in his game. Number three, Derek Brunson definitely deserves a top fight. That Paulo Costa fight, I ain't gonna hate on that. That's a good call out in my opinion. Let me actually look and see what the rankings are for middleweight, if I may. Rankings. All right, middleweight. Obviously, Adesanya champion. Robert Kidder 1. Paulo Costa 2. Cannonier 3. Till 4. Marvin Vettori 5. Jack Hermansson 6. So Paulo Costa's 2. Shit. Does Cannonier have a fight? I mean, Cannonier's number 3. I want to say Darren Till is fighting. Ooh, who's Darren Till fighting? I swear they just said Darren Till was fighting somebody. Was it Marvin Vettori? And then Whitaker is fighting Calvin Gastelum. Yeah, so because I think Paulo Costa had to pull out, if I remember correctly. My mind's slipping. So maybe Jared Cannonier or Paula, I guess, if he gets healthy or something. I forget why. Maybe it wasn't Paulo Costa and Whitaker. I want to say it was, but I'm not 100% sure. So let's see, that's number 3. So definitely deserves top 5. The guy's been in top 10 for how long now? He beats if you're an up and comer and you beat Derek Brunson, you're gonna move on and get into that top 5, and you should be up there. If you get stuck at Derek Brunson, I'm not gonna say. Obviously, Derek Brunson obviously is a skilled fighter. He's obviously getting better as he goes, and his fight IQ is getting much better. He's not as wild as he used to be. I know the announcing, the commentators talk about that on the broadcast here and there. But yeah, great win by Derek Brunson. Just a fucking veteran fight IQ, just doing what he needed to be done to get the win. You could see when he got on the feet and was trying to trade with Kevin Holland, he was getting lit up a little bit here and there. So what did he do? He went to the game plan that wasn't pretty, but won him the fight. And at the end of the day, that's what you need to do to win in the UFC, right? To make that money, you got to go the fun route. But you're taking chances. Fuck that. You've been stuck in the top 10 for a long time. Kind of win loss here, win loss there. Dude, just do what you got to do to win. Seal the deal and move up the chain. Get that title shot again, and then just make that money. So great win by Derek Brunson. Kevin Holland, what is that? Nope, it's a 6th loss. So hopefully he'll learn from it. He's got a lot of holes to fill. He's got to fix his wrestling defense. He's got to fix his grappling, especially in guard. I don't understand why he was just wrapping his feet on the back of Derek Brunson, doing the triangle with his legs or just crossing his feet. Why are you not trying to push off on the chest here to get some space? Also, get your feet in the butterfly hooks and then try to push off. Why were you not trying that at all? I don't understand. He just kind of accepted the position literally from round 1 when he got taken down. Just accepted the position, and I thought, okay, round 2, Kevin Holland will come out and maybe do a little better. They talked about on the broadcast. Point number 4. Kevin Holland's striking is nice, but he does. I think there was another fighter we saw just recently. Who was that? doing the same thing where he would strike and he like flies. He doesn't keep his I don't want to say center of gravity. His stance. He's always falling into his strikes. He needs to be very much more planted about his strikes, getting him at the end of strikes. He needs to stop jumping into them, because then Derek Brunson just grabbed him, and took him down from there. And the showboating's fun. I mean, it was interesting to listen to, and him trying to complain to fucking Khabib and ask him for pointers. He's like, "Tell me when the shot's coming." That's just funny. But I agree. I mean, I feel like the broadcast team was being a little like, "Oh, he's really got to get on." It's like, dude, if we're 3 rounds in and he hasn't attempted a butterfly guard once, just let him fuck around, because he's just gonna lose, and he needs to go and fix on that, So main event, all right, wasn't super exciting, but good win for Derek Brunson. Co-main event, Max Griffin defeats Kenan Song by round 1, 2 minutes 20 seconds in, KO TKO via punches. This was nice. I think it was a overhand I think it was a straight right, and then that stunned Kenan Song, and then it was a 1-2, just left right, and then that's what knocked him down. And then Max Griffin kind of was like hit him once when he was like kind of face down going to the mat, and it like slept him, and that was nice. That was real nice. That happened quick. I was actually expecting that fight to go a tad bit longer. I really like Max Griffin. I like how he fights. I feel like none of his fights are boring, and so I was definitely keen on watching this fight. So great win by Max Griffin. Next fight after that, Montserrat Ruiz defeats Cheyanne Buys by 3-round unanimous decision. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Obviously, there's some people that dislike women's MMA. I don't know if it's just because it's women. I don't know if it's because the skill gap at this point, but believe me, I do not dislike women's MMA. I actually love women's MMA. I like, men and women are equals. Obviously, physiology-wise, not equals, but they're equals in any way. They can step in a cage and fight just as much as men can, right? The problem is you can see glaringly that between, now granted, there are women like, Shevchenko, Nunes, where you can see them closing that gap with men. It's just we're at the point where women's MMA is still a couple steps behind men's MMA, because men have been doing MMA for how much more years. So women are still playing catch up, right? Which is completely understandable. You don't have the evolution. I mean, of course they're training with the men and trying to learn with the men, but I still feel like there's that gap that they're still trying to get that experience, which is completely fine. But then you can kind of see in fights like this where Montserrat Ruiz, does her wrestling with a headlock, takes her down every single round, and Cheyanne Buys has no answer for it whatsoever. And I don't know if her corner, I feel like it was the inexperience, number one. Granted, this was only her 7th fight. I don't know if it was her inexperience. I don't know if her corner didn't know how to get out of position. If they knew how to get a position, were they hollering it for 15 minutes straight? Because she was not doing much to get out of that. She was finally, I think, the 3rd round, she did the whole rock back and forth and got out of it. But it took a long time to get to that point. Why did it take that long to figure out? Because once that happened in round 1, and that was basically the entire first round, I was like, I told my friend, $5, it's going to happen in round 2. It happened again. I was like, $5 going to happen again in round 3. She tried to keep her distance a little bit around 3, but she got just tangled up again. And you could see Montserrat just putting the arm over. I'm like, here we go. So a great win by Ruiz. She probably wants to work on her stand-up game just a tad bit more. You could see how she was a little apprehensive, which is understandable because Cheyanne Buys looks like she comes to bang. I was actually excited to see how she looked in her first fight in the UFC. I'm sure she'll come back, learn from this. Hopefully, her and her team can learn and adjust and do better. Because what do people? Well, people say a lot of things, but what do people? I feel like one thing that people say about being a champion is being able to adjust in a fight. If you have 15 minutes, you can't adjust and think about Kevin Holland. Same thing. You can't adjust and change your game plan and listen to your corner and get out of positions that you keep getting put into. that's not a championship mindset, you know. That's not a champion's mindset. And so they have some work to do there. Fight before that, we have Adrian Yanez defeating Gustavo Lopez. Round 3 of 3 with 27 seconds in to round number 3. KO, TKO, counter right. I want to say same thing. He hit him with the same punch twice. It was just an overhand right each time, if I remember correctly. I'm replaying in my head. That was a good fight. That was a good back and forth. Yanez definitely, his striking his striking was on fucking point. It was just a lot of boxing. I don't think there was a lot of leg kicks, if I recall correctly. But Lopez was kind of hanging in there, but Yanez just kind of ran with it. You know, I want to say round 2, you could see he was locked in, and it looked good for him. So great win there. I'm looking forward to kind of seeing how Yanez, how he does next, and how he evolves from here. Fight before that, Tai Tuivasa gets another win in the heavyweight division over Harry Hunsucker. What interesting last name. 49 seconds into round number 1 with a KO TKO overhand right to ground and pound. I want to say this was a right hand as well. Well, it says overhand right. Derp. Yeah, overhand right, got on top and he didn't even like get down on his knees. He was just standing up trying to hit him, and then Harry just kind of buckled up, and Tai got the win that way. Good win by Tai. I want to say, did he have a losing record before this? Let me look. Oh no, he beat Stefan Struve. So before that, he lost to JDS, Blagoy Ivanov, and Sergey Spivak. And then now he beat Stefan Struve and, of course, Harry Hunsucker. So, I mean, he's had, let's see his UFC record. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So out of 8 fights, he's 5-3. 5-3. So not terrible. And man, if he's able to clip you, Tai, I feel like he doesn't immediately try to pour the pressure on, but the pressure just keeps coming. It's not like it just ramps up like crazy. It's just if you can't take the pressure he puts on you with the bombs he hits you with, you're gonna have a tough night, you know. And of course, everybody talks about the shoeys and everything else. I was like, you know, there's not gonna be any alcohol there. There's no crowd, you know. And then good old, you know, your boy Paul Felder's like, I was thinking about bringing one. Crazy motherfucker. So that was all the main card. Let's talk about the co-main real quick. Macy Chiasson, I gotta get her last name down better. Chiasson defeats Marion Reneau, 3-round unanimous decision. This is a fight I really had my eye on. Marion Reneau, even though she's 43, I remember when she came on the scene in the UFC, she doesn't have the greatest record. Like right now, after this fight, she's now 9-7. Just the way she fought for her age and her experience, I felt like I don't think she could have become champion, but I felt like she could get in the top 10, maybe top 5. I thought originally, right? Obviously, that doesn't seem to have played out that way, and it wasn't in her cards. I want to say, let's see, what was her last? Let's look at her recent record as well. Ooh, so that's 4 fights in a row that she's lost. She's probably going to get cut. Her last win was Sarah McMahon via triangle choke in round 2. God damn. See, it's stuff like that where it's just like, what? You know? She beat Jessica Andrade via triangle choke. Holy shit. How long has she been in the UFC for? 2015, dude. 6 years. But her current streak is a loss streak of 4. She lost to Kat Zingano, decision. Yana Kudenskaya, decision. Raquel Pennington, decision. And Macy Chiasson, decision. But all her wins, her wins, triangle choke, ground and pound, decision, losses. Wow. So every fight that she's had in the UFC, if it's a loss, it went to decision. Every fight, she's won by a finish, except for her very first fight in the UFC. She got a decision win. That's crazy. So, anyways, I've been kind of keeping my eyes on her. But Macy, goddamn, did you guys see her come through the Ultimate Fighter? I know, people still hate on the Ultimate Fighter, but I like the Ultimate Fighter still. It's nice to see some of the prospects and see how they do. And then if you like their personalities, you see how they even if they can't get in the UFC, how they do outside of it. Like Tyler Diamond is one that I'm keeping tabs on that went to LFA that I like to still watch. Anyways, Macy did great. I feel like, because I knew coming in, I was like, Marion might, if she can make it a fight, like, make it a less technical fight, Marion could win. But Macy was just being very technical and things like that, and she won that fight. So I kind of expected Macy to win because she, I feel like, is a savage, and she's just getting better and better. How old is she? She's 20. She's 29. So, and she's only got 8 fights. So great prospect there. Good to keep eyes on her. Fight before this. Woo! Did anybody have to... I hope you guys had an extra pair of pants because I needed it. Grant Dawson defeats Leonardo Santos. Round 3, 4 minutes, 59 seconds. You heard that fucking right. 1 second left in the fucking fight. Grant Dawson gets a KO, TKO via hammer fist. Now, typically you think a hammer fist as this, right? No. Grant Dawson was doing, was it his left hand? He was coming across this way? Is that right? Or was he going right-handed? Fuck, I don't remember if he's a southpaw or not. Either way, his arms are going in this direction, obviously opposite per my camera, but he was standing up. Yeah, he was standing up with what, like 5 seconds left, started swinging. You could actually see, I think 3 strikes, I say at least 3 strikes before, was it Herb or whoever the ref was that called it? Actually, can I look? Was it Herb Dean? Hold on, let me look. Da-da-da-da-da. Ref? Chris Tione. Chris Tione called it. So by the time he called it, I'd say 3 strikes before. Granted, obviously you got to give him a little time to Chris Tione to get in there. But you could see Leonardo's arms just kind of, because he was kind of like looking up. But then at one point, it was maybe the second strike, you could see the back of his arms right here. So his bicep, his triceps, like kind of hit the mat, and then he got hit again, and then the mouthpiece came out, and I was like, holy shit, god damn. And did you guys hear I think they talked about it on the broadcast after the second round. Did you guys hear the corner advice that Krause had to give to Grant Dawson? He's like, you need to knock this motherfucker out. Stop trying to wrestle him. You can't take him down. I was like, god damn. James Krause is telling him how he has, and look what he did. Now, he finally got the takedown, which inevitably led to the finish. But Grant Dawson came out to try to win that, and great fucking win. Holy shit, I was blown away, I'll be honest. What a fucking stud. That's what I gotta say about that. It's a great win there. Next fight, we had Trevin Giles? Fuck, I think it's Giles. Defeats Roman Dolidze. This is a 3-round unanimous decision. I want to say Dolidze wasn't looking all that great in that fight. I want to say Trevin Giles won that pretty easily, if I recall correctly. That might have been the fight where I think my wife needed some help with something, but I'm trying to recall how that fight went. Maybe I'll skip on that. Actually, I might skip on the last couple fights. I don't really recall. Shit. Dude, these UFC events, they go way too long. By the time I go to make this video, it's been like, what, 6-7 hours? I don't want to say my memory's shot, because it kind of is, but maybe I need to take better notes. But the early prelim fights I don't recall, like Bruno Silva. I know he got a finish over JP Buys, which of course they friggin' had to talk about into the ground, being Cheyanne Buys' husband. Yeah, not a good night for the Buys. Okay, so yeah, we'll call it there. Let's see, anything else to talk about? My goal on this channel is to still have a video for every single UFC event, a reaction video. I am still working on that goddamn event on that Wednesday with Michael Chiesa and God, what's his name? I'm still trying to watch that. I'm assuming at this point Chiesa won. I don't know, because everybody talks about Chiesa deserving this, Chiesa deserving that. So I'm assuming he won the fight. But I still need to go watch it. So I still need to make a video of that, number one. Number 2, I actually made a Hot Topics video, MMA Hot Topics. I haven't made one in a long time, with Khabib finally officially from Dana. Like, yup, he's finally retired. Like, you think? Motherfucker said it the moment after he won his fight. Yeah, okay, sure, it could be emotional, but I feel like Khabib's the guy to stick to his word, you know? So so I talk about that. I also talk about since Khabib being retired, I talked about the fight between Oliveira and Michael Chandler for the now vacant lightweight title, which is going to be fucking awesome. And then TJ Dillashaw coming back to fight Corey Sandhagen. Mwah. Fuck, I can't wait for those fights. And they're only like in a month and a half, so put me in a hibernation chamber and I'll see you guys in a month and a half. So, looking forward to those. But we can't talk about the fights we can't talk about that shit without talking about next weekend's fights. Anybody recall? Hello, next fucking week is the goddamn heavyweight title UFC pay-per-view. Did you guys hear on the broadcast? All of a sudden, Volkanovski and Brian Ortega fight had to be rescheduled because there's a COVID issue with was it Volkanovski's corner or gym or something? I forget. So that kind of sucks, but we still got the heavyweight title. What's your guys' thoughts on that? I feel like it's going to be the same as the first one. Obviously, I mean, it's so hard to say. Obviously, with Ngannou's fuck you power, obviously he could clip Stipe and call it a day, but Stipe, man, if he can just do what he did the first fight, yeah, that'll be it, you know. So looking forward to that event next weekend. What other news I got? I'm going to try a new little series. I'm going to try to record myself for the fights. And for ones that have good finishes and I have a kind of like my instant reactions like, whoa, like they do with the broadcasters. I don't know. I thought it'd be some little cool thing. So I did that for today. So I'm actually going to try to get some decent... I used to use that old-ass Vegas video... Sony Vegas 15, 13, some old-ass version on my old PC. I want to get back to editing video a little bit here and there, and this will be a good little practice for me. And so I might be working on that, so keep an eye out for that. Anything else? I'm excited for PFL coming up. Do I have my PFL shirt on? I do. If you guys haven't seen it, I bought a PFL shirt a long time ago. Professional Fighters League, I'm pumped for that. I'm pumped for Bellator going to Showtime. It's a good time to be an MMA fan right now. Other than COVID and not being in the stands, right? Obviously, COVID being a different problem altogether. But so with that, I think that's everything. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a good day. Good night, I guess. I hope you and your loved ones are safe. Be nice to people. And I will catch you on the flip side. Hopefully, maybe my Wednesday edition. Well, yeah, my reaction to the Wednesday edition of UFC. If not, talk to you guys next weekend. All right, peace out.